Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a foundation routine video for you. I've wanted to do this for a little while now, never gotten around to it, but I figured today seems like a good day to do it. So I'm going to show you from start to finish my foundation and concealing routine. As you can tell, probably can tell, I have no makeup on right now. I've done nothing to my face. I haven't even put primer on yet. So I'm going to show you from start to finish what I do for my everyday foundation routine. Now, my foundation does vary from day to day depending on what I want in my foundation, whether I want like glowy skin or whether I want more full coverage. So today I'm actually going to be using a sample of a foundation that I'm trying out, but normally I'll just go for like whatever foundation that I'm wanting to use for that day. So besides that, this is what I do every day. So first of all, I'm going to start off with priming my face, and I'm using my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I have been using this for quite some time now, and I find I really like it. It helps my foundation go on smoother, helps it last all day, and it really does help control the oilies on my skin, because I have oily skin. And sometimes if I'm feeling like I want a little extra protection around here, I will put, where'd it go? Of course, it disappears when I'm doing a video. Oh, it's right here. Alright, so sometimes if I want a little extra help in this area here, I do use my Benefit Porefessional primer. It does an okay job at filling in pores. It's not like the best, but it's better than nothing. So just take a little pea size, not even a pea size, just a little like drop of that, and I'll smoosh it between my fingers, and I'll just apply it in this area right here. Alright, make sure you have a towel handy for wiping off your hands in between applications. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I have this color corrector palette it's from Avon. It's a Jillian Dempsey one, but you can use whatever you want. I'm just going to go in and use the salmon color and take a little bit on my pinky, and I'm going to apply that on the inner corners of my eyes just to help correct the dark circles that are there. I find this is a great step in trying to, if you have really dark circles, getting a corrector will really help your concealer go on better. I'm going to take the yellow side. I'm just going to put a little bit under my eye where I have just a bit of redness. You can use green, but I find yellow works a lot better, in my opinion. Alright, so now that I have that on, then I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Light, and I just use this on the inner corners of my eyes. Take a dab on my finger there, and then I just pat it over my dark circles. It's not really blended yet, but I'm going to do that after. And then I take my MAC 224 brush here, and I just go over the edges and I just buff it out so it looks all blended. Just pretty much the edges. I don't really touch on the actual dark circle spot because I kind of want most of the coverage there. And then after that I will go in with my Bare Minerals Well Rested powder. And I take just a little bit of that powder, tap it off, and I just set my concealer on the inner corners with that. And this helps to set it and brighten the inner corner as well as take away any dark circles that are remaining. So that's what I do for the inner corner of my eyes. Now, for foundation, because I do actually, I'll do this first. So lately what I have been doing is I've actually been mixing my MAC Pro Longwear concealers together. So what I do for that is I will just take a couple pumps, just not even a full pump because this stuff comes out really fast. So I'll just pump out a little on this thing here. It's the color corrector palette that I was just using. So I take a little bit of NC20, and I take a little bit of my NC35. Just apply a little bit there, and then I will go in and mix it up with the end of a brush. And all I do for that is I will apply this underneath my eyes. You can either blend it out with your finger or you can use a brush. I like to do both. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. So just take that on my brush and I kind of just like work it around. Now I normally do this after my eyeshadow's all done, but because I'm not really going to be wearing a lot of makeup today, I'm just going to put eyeliner on and I don't have to worry about fallout. And I just take it just a little lower, so right about down here. And I just take it out here as well. I don't want to use too much because it will set into fine lines and it will accentuate your wrinkles. And nobody wants that. Alright, so once that's on, let me just clean up my mess here. Next I will be taking my foundation. I'm going to first wipe off the lip balm on my lips, because I don't want to get that all over my face. And then I'll mix my sample of foundations and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you have your foundation mixed, or if you're not mixing, whatever, once I have my foundation mixed on my little palette here, I like to do it on this instead of the back of my hand because I find it sinks into the back of my hand. I will take my damp Beauty Blender sponge and I will just take a bit of it on there and I will just start bouncing the sponge on my skin. Now if I'm not using the Beauty Blender, I do use the Real Technique stippling brush, which is this baby right here. I like that a lot, but I like something about the damp sponge. It helps with oil control, I find. I find my skin gets oilier if I use the Real Techniques brush, and it stays more matte longer when I'm using the damp Beauty Blender, oddly enough. So just continue stippling this all around my face, blending into the concealer that I put there earlier. I don't like to overlap it too much just because I don't want the cakey look. Okay, once I have all that blended on my skin and I've let it sit for a couple minutes, normally I will do my eyes, I will do my foundation, I will do my eyebrows, and then I will go back and set my foundation. So I've given it a couple minutes to set already, so I'm just going to go ahead and set it right away. And to set my foundation, I like to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium deep. I find this gives a nice sheen to your skin, doesn't really make it too matte. I don't really like the matte look. It doesn't really add any additional coverage, just kind of like, just a light powder to set it. So I will take it on my big fluffy brush, and all I will do is just tap it, not tap it, but lightly brush it all over. I like tapping so if my foundation is not completely set in any areas, it doesn't move it around. Alright, so once that's on, I will do my blush and bronzer. I guess I can include that in this routine considering it's part of the foundation routine. So for bronzer, I will use my MARC bronzer in bronze. Yep, it's called bronze. And it just looks like this. I like to alternate between this and my Hoola and my Bahama Mama. So I'll just take that on the outer edges of my face, just where the sun normally hits. So on the forehead, I will take it down my nose. I will do a bit on my chin, and then blending that into the jawline. Sometimes I even take it down my neck if I see a color difference. And I'll just take a little bit and I'll just lightly contour with it. Not a lot. So that's the bronzer. And then for blush, what I will do, I'll use, what blush will I use today? I guess it's handy, so I'll use my NARS Deep Throat blush. Looks like that. The blush brush is a little bit dirty from yesterday. So on this Tarte brush here, I'll just take a little bit and I'll apply that to my cheeks. I don't put it on the apples of my cheeks because I find when I smile and then when I don't smile, when I look naturally, it kind of drops. So I don't really like my blush there. I like my blush more here. It gives more of a lifted look. So I just apply the brush on my cheekbones kind of area. Then I will go back and blend with my big, what is this, 187 brush, just to blend it in. And then for highlight, I'll use my Mary Luminizer highlight today. And I take this on a 188 brush, and I just apply the highlight on the tops of my cheekbones. I blend it into my forehead there, and same on the other side. Down my nose and on my Cupid's bow. And then after all that's done, I like to take my Makeup Forever HD powder, just a little bit. I like to take some, just a tax. I find this helps control the oil on my face. I just like to take some on the forehead, on my T-zone, and on my chin. So basically just this area here. And a little bit on my, not lots, because I don't want to look picky. And then after all that's done, before I apply my mascara, I always mist my face with my MAC Fix Plus. Then I like to just fan my face like this just to help it dry a little faster. And I find that takes away like all the cakiness. It just kind of makes everything blend together and like become one. I really like the finish the Fix Plus does. Alright, so that is it for my foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below and I will get back to you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!